right, maybe a few measurements when I had it on the bike with the Sharpie marker. Come out here with the death wheel and yeah, look there. Okay, so we're gonna stick this on there, see how it fits, and how I'm gonna fabricate a, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's stick it on the bike, see how it looks, see if we got plenty of clearance. Okay, I went in and got the motor put back on it, got the rear fender mounted back, got it tightened back up, and I did go ahead and take the motor and I shoved it all the way to the back, which is probably not where it's gonna be. Time I get the chain on it, get a little chain tension in it, I'll have to move it forward, but I got all the slot up here, so that means my motor's all the way to the back, and it is close in there. So, as long as I can, probably gonna make me something to stick in between there for like a spacer that I know whenever I put this together, I get this piece mocked up in there. Then I come around this side where the fender drops down, and I got a pretty good sized gap in here. So, as long as I can make it real narrow, however, I'm gonna fit a piece in there and box this tank in. So, I'm gonna do some head scratching and whatnot and kick this tank around and see what I can figure out to make work. All right, back on the gas tank project. Okay, let me show you what I kind of did. As y'all know, I cut the whole corner section out of the tank. And then I got some manila folders. Actually, it's a green folder that I had. So I basically just laid out some pieces and cut them. And I wanted this to, I'm gonna attempt to put a contour in this where this is kind of curved, like so, to kind of match the fender when you're looking at it. Let's see if it'll stand here. Yeah, looking at it from the side, I'm gonna try and contour this to kind of match the fender. So I cut out that piece, then I cut me out another piece with the same contour as the bottom of the tank. So this will kind of go in. This is just roughed up. I made everything a little bit bigger in case I got to trim it down, then it's not too short. So I cut out a piece. Then I was like, man, I needed something to roll this on. And I remember a good buddy Chet down the street. I said, hey, man, can I swing by and use your roller? So I handed this thing. Man, he rolled it in and out of his fancy machine a couple times. And I'm like, ooh, yeah. So, like I said, this is kind of roughed in. But, man, the time it took him to roll that or me to beat it over a piece of pipe or something. So greatly appreciate that, my brother. So my plan is to try and get this piece mocked up in there, and this other piece is going to go, let's see, however I had it, kind of up inside of here, like so. And I'm going to leave this up here to last to try and figure out how I'm going to cut a piece or whatever and get all this tacked in. And so that's the game plan. Keep my fingers crossed. And I'm also going to, after I get it all done, try and make sure I don't have any leaks. And once I don't have any leaks, I'm probably going to clean the inside of the tank real good. And I'm probably going to seal it. I have some real good sealer somewhere. So that's the plan on that. So I'm going to get to it and see what I can do, and hopefully I don't tear it up. I got the tank worked on. Took me a little bit. Still not done with it. But at least I'm going to show you where we're at on it. Because as soon as I get this thing prepped and ready, I'm going to try and get it powder coated today. Got to seal the inside of it. Let that cure. That usually takes, I usually leave it in there for a few days. Then we can get it put on the bike and hopefully get this Hornet buzzing around. But anyway, let's take a look at this here tank. All right, folks. Laugh if you like, but hey, I think it's going to work pretty sexy. I did go ahead and put the tank back on the engine, just put a few bolts in it to make sure to mock it up, make sure I was going to have enough clearance right here for the rear fender. So it's definitely going to be a one-off tank. I think it's going to be pretty cool looking because from one side it looks factory, and then from the left side of the bike, people are going to be like, what in the world did you do here? Yeah, we're going to make it fit with the help of an adaptor kit. That's what we're doing. All right. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to get this, I was going to put some filler in this. Then I realized, whoa, I'm powder coating it. And don't think that like filler or Bondo or the all metal stuff I use excuse me, will let the powder stick to it. So then I got to thinking, well, from the factory, they go along and they seal this edge all the way around. So I don't think the powder is going to stick to that. So I'm going to have to go along, and I kind of lightly blast it a little bit but this stuff that they put in here is pretty stout. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to chance trying to powder coat it. And the neighbors are mowing the yard. Great. Anyway, so the plan today is to get the rest of this sealer. They seam in the edge. We're going to get that out. I'm going to get it taped off, and the fill cap, get all that taped off, get this done. We're going to get it powder coated, and then we're going to go back with the sealer. And let me see if we can find that sealer right quick. Remember where I put it over here. Yes, here we go. Let's just get this in the light where we can use this. See what this is. This is a POR 15 fuel tank sealer. We can zoom in on it. Yeah, POR 15 fuel tank sealer. It's like a silver looking color. I've used it on another old tank. Make sure I got it good and clean and got the rust and everything out of it, and put a bunch of BBs in it, shook it around real good, got it all cleaned out. And so we're gonna seal it, and hopefully I can get this done today and let this cure. I can't remember what the cure time is on it. I'll read up on that, make sure, leave it in there adequate enough time. And so anyway, I'm gonna start yapping and get this thing prepped, get it powder coated. We'll take a look at it after that. All right, there she is. She's all shiny black. Turned out pretty good. Got a few smudge prints from my fingers right there on the top. That's what that is. But anyway, turned out pretty good all the way around. There's one little spot on the front where I bumped it, sticking it into the oven. But for what we're doing, it'll be just fine. I think it turned out pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna come out tomorrow. Since I have time to put the sealer in the tank, you gotta sit there and roll the tank around and roll it and roll it. And I read on it, if I read it right, the sealer that I'm using, that POR 15, Pro 15, you know what I'm talking about, that stuff, was like 96 hours is the cure time. Wow. That's a long time. I'm very impatient. I want to ride it. But I do need to seal the tank because I pulled the factory seal stuff off. And there's one or two spots that might have been questionable on my dirt daub welding, since I am GAP certified, but I got it pretty close. That's why I want to make sure and use the sealer anyway, so I don't have any issues going down the road and leaking and messing the paint up and, you know, whatever. So we're going to come back out tomorrow, get it start sealed up, and then set the clock on the 96-hour cure time. So we'll get that done and we'll be ready to fire this here bike up. Okay. Looks like all I got left to do is go ahead and put the clutch on, and we got a box of Reaper chain here. I need to get that cut, so we can get the motor mounted, clutch on, get the chain on, and I do already have the throttle hooked up, and I got the part that my cable mounts to right here. So I got this hooked up. The throttle's already on the bike. So let's get this thing on there. Alrighty, we're getting real close, folks. We're running out of daylight. I went ahead and got the motor put on, and let's take a look at it. From this side, that tank looks pretty good. Not too bad. Then you get over here and it's like, oh, kind of notched it in there. I do have the motor almost all the way back, so I got enough room in there. Should be good to go. So like I said, running out of daylight. I didn't really like the air cleaner setup. We're not going to worry about that. I wanted to try and use the factory one, but it just wasn't in your room. So I might change that up later, but basically I just run the little Go Power Sports pod filter and had a little elbow and just clamped it right there. I think I end up changing that later. But anyway, so Fritz dropped this thing on the ground, double checked the oil, I went over all the nuts and bolts, everything looks good, throttle's on it. But I figured we're going to throw a little stickerage on it right quick. Dug through my stash. I think I'm going to put the Briggs on it. Probably put my logo on there somewhere. I don't know. And I think this one right here is going to look pretty good on the pull start. I don't know. Decisions. But last thing we got to put on here is the seat. So check this puppy out. Woo! My good buddy Simon, Mr. Pohl, that makes all my seats for me here in Bryan. He did this one. Man, I think that's going to look pretty sexy. So, anyway, I already got the bolts on the bottom side. I think I left them in there. Let's see. Yep, already got the bolts in. So we're going to throw a few stickers on it, get the seat on it, and see if we still got enough daylight outside. We're gonna take it for a rip. Alrighty folks, it's a little windy, but sun's setting, so we got a little bit of afternoon ride time. So we're gonna spark it up and take her for a rip around the block. Wow. And it's funny, I'm looking through the camera and this thing looks blue when it's actually a turquoise bike, or aqua. But anyway, we're ready to go. Had to do a wardrobe change. Flies, man. Had to do a wardrobe change to get my Hornet shirt on. But anyway, all right, let's fire it up and see how she does. Let's see, got my own switch down here. Give her a little choke. Oh, almost. Give it a go. All right, tilt this thing down a little bit here. Oh, flathead sounds pretty good. It'll warm up a little bit. All right, tease her around the block. Alrighty, there you have it. Another one that's built and out of the shop. This here Hornet. Gotta thank my good buddy Tommy Sr. He's the one that hooked me up with this bike. He called me up, sent me some pictures, said, hey man, I got a cool Hornet I know you'd love to restore. So there it is. Thanks brother, thanks for the opportunity to let me to build this bike. And yeah, you're not getting it back, no way. But anyway, thank y'all very much for watching. Thanks for all my subscribers that are following me along. And if you're new to the channel, make sure and hit that subscribe bell, scroll to the top and hit all. That way you'll get notified whenever I post up another videos and upcoming events and what I got going on. Make sure and stay tuned because I got a couple cool projects up my sleeve getting lined out to get started on. And gotta thank Go Power Sports for supplying the parts for this build. So if you find yourself with an old Hornet or any other kind of mini bike go-kart and you're looking for a part, you want to get it running or you want to restore it, look those folks up. They got tons of cool stuff. They're coming out with new stuff all the time. And on a special note with those guys, make sure you go on there and check out. They are building a 60-year anniversary bike, and it's a little rascal. And they are just going extremely all out. They're going to give it away at Pate Swap Meet the weekend of April 29th and 30th. Texas Motor Speedway. That's in Fort Worth. So you don't have to be present to win. You can go online, buy your tickets. I think they're like $10, I think. Don't remember, hold me to it, but go in there and check them out. Buy a ticket. You can come out to Pate Swap Meet. They're going to actually do the live drawing out there. Check them out though. They got some YouTube clips of it. They also got some posting on little sneak peeks of it on Instagram, Facebook. It's going to be one sexy bike because I'm going to buy a ticket. But anyway, and they'll be out there for the whole weekend at Pate. So come on out. It's a great time. Bring the family. Very cool. Get to hang out with a bunch of mini bike people. Certain times of the day you can actually ride your mini bike around. It's a great time. But anyway, once again, thank y'all very much for watching. We'll see y'all in the next build. Take care.